Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports. We're delighted to be joined once again with the Kingdom Warrior, Kevin Cronin. I guess, Kevin, the last time we spoke, you'd sort of promised that the Jimmy Morrissey fight was going to land in the first half of 2023. What better way to start it off? 4 weeks from today, obviously yourself and Jamie's going to be pairing off for the BUI Celtic light heavyweight title. Is it, I guess, for you, is it sort of a long time sort of coming?
Yeah, it's a long time coming. Fourth go at fighting for a Celtic title without ever actually fighting for a Celtic title. Started with the Taylor McGoldrick one. We thought we'd get that for the Celtic. Taylor retired, and then the Dublin show Boxing Ireland were meant to run. I was going to be doing the Celtic title on that, and unfortunately that didn't happen. Then the Robbie Burke one, that didn't happen. Actually, yeah, none of them were down to me, so so I'm happy there now. But yeah, look, it's good. It's good. I'm happy, but I've won nothing yet, you know.
You've obviously known of this fight, I guess. Initially, obviously, it was never put in the public domain, but it was initially obviously potentially looking at being scheduled for December in Belfast in the SSE, and obviously Jamie, obviously for other reasons, obviously needed a bit more time. So you've sort of known about it for a while. I guess, it's like anything, isn't it? It's like Christmas coming up sometimes, it's that excitement, that build up. How did you prepare with Christmas and things like that? I guess with having a fight coming up, you've sort of been preparing to move down to 168. So was there no real sort of difference needed around Christmas for you?
Like we're offered. Well, we weren't offered. We were asked if we were interested in that one in December. We said yeah, but look, obviously, people have certain things and there's certain reasons, like So that didn't happen, but we kind of knew then that it was going to be happening fairly soon, because when they couldn't fight, then they said like this it'll happen. It'll happen soon. Basically, it'll happen early 2023. That they'd be happy to go. So yeah, I've been training away anyway. Like since that was about a day after the Robbie Burke fight fell through. We got asked if we were interested in that. So like, still been training since then, So yeah, look, we kind of knew anyway it was going to be, even if the Robbie Burke fight did happen, it was going to be Jamie next. So yeah, there's no excuses for anything. There's just no excuses if anything goes wrong at the night, because the training's been there and we've had plenty of time,
And obviously, I know that yourself and Jamie have obviously sparred a few times before. Obviously, I asked him in his interview, and I guess anything from sparring, there's not really much you can sort of gauge sometimes out of it. But I guess he's probably in some ways, he's both sort of know how he's going to stand in the opposite end of each other. He's know it's sort of not going to be much difference in height and things like that. How hard is it then to prepare for a fight, knowing you've sparred someone, you maybe say you did better or something in the spar, he'll say something he'd better in the spar. Do you take much from any of the sparring, or is it just the fact that you know that things are maybe going to be different in fight night when people's there watching and cheering?
Nah, do you know what? You take nothing from a spar, because like, again, if you go back to the amateur days, like, you were sparring guys you knew you'd be beating in the championship, but you had no other choice because there was no one else there to spar. But like, you could get the head poked off you in a spar with them guys, and it's a whole different ballgame then when it comes to the championship, and you're battering them. You can't take anything from a spar. Some people spar at 80, 90, 100%. Some people spar at 30, 40%. Everyone's different. But fight nights, yeah, it's different anyway. In a fight, you're always going to be that bit different in a fight. And like, obviously, we just both prepping for each other. We're going to have different approaches. And it's been quite a while anyway since we sparred, so I'm sure he's changed a lot of things, and I've changed a lot of things, and like, we've no doubt he's going to approach it differently as well, to his other fights, because he doesn't want me knowing too much either, So look, we just gotta be as ready as we can, and make them adjustments on the night for whatever comes our way.
And what have you sort of made of, like, I know neither of these are going to smack talk each other. These are two. I get on very well with both these, and you couldn't be any nicer to me. And these are two gentlemen when you walk about. So there's no need for sort of any smack talking anyway. But what have you sort of made of Jamie's sort of start to professional boxing? I guess, and in some ways you'd probably nearly be jealous. Some ways of the fact that he maybe got an opportunity probably sooner than you. You know, not that I'm trying to find Neill in any way, but obviously he got a Robbie Burke fight pretty much in a couple of days' notice, and then got the opportunity for the vegan belt at 168. What have you made of his sort of rise at the fact that he's doesn't want to sort of have a journeyman, but just wants to get in there and test himself? That's what we all want, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, his rise, like it's been an impressive start. You know, there's no, and no, definitely not jealous about it, but yeah, no, it's been an impressive start. I think, you know, since Robbie's fight and his fighter pulled out for that belt for show, and then they fought, I think they, as I said, like they were trying to set a tone, and I guess in a way they did, you know, because everyone didn't want it, just started wanting to have a piece of that cake, you know, and started wanting to fight for these titles. We actually thought we'd get the winner of that fight. Um, that's kind of what. Well, look, Boxing Ireland were kind of finishing up then as well, but that was, I wouldn't say a deal because there was nothing in writing, but that's what the plan was whoever won that, then I'd be fighting for the Celtic title. But again, look, that was towards the end of COVID, John. Everything, and it was actually still in COVID, I think. So like, you just can't you can't really plan anything. But yeah, no, it's been an impressive start by him. He's taken, yeah, a fighter's approach. You know, he wants these fights now. I think every fighter, every boxer, well, most boxers, they all want to fight each other, and then you have kind of coaches and managers who are trying to keep them at a pace, you know, to learn as they're going on and do things in a certain way. Which, to be fair, Joe, if I was in the coaches or manager's shoes, you'd be doing the same. But like, look, as fighters, we're all fronting at the bit. You know, we all want them. We all want these titles. We all want to test ourselves, have a go at each other, John. Get ourselves up in the world rankings, you know, get ourselves into good positions, and obviously try and make a few bob out with the sport as well, like, you know. So yeah, but yeah, going back to that, look, an impressive start, and fair play to him. But I'm here, no smack. I'm here to stop it, George. You know,
And I guess for
not
you,
stop it, because you know what, win, lose or draw, you know, no matter what happens in the night, whoever loses is going to go on and fight another day. Whoever wins will just push on and maybe challenge for the Irish title next. Whoever loses, realistically, one fight and they're back fighting again for a title, you know, because as good and all as the division is, there's not that many in it. So like, at the end of the day, whoever loses is just one fight away from being back in that situation again, which makes these fights easy to make. Um, but yeah, definitely don't plan it being me either at the same time, you know.
and for you yourself, obviously, it's going to be your first time fighting in Ireland since March 2019. So
2019.
it's like nearly 4 years. And obviously, I know what you've put out on social media the last couple of days. You've sold out all your tickets, so it seems like Kerry's going to be empty on the day. Everybody's coming to Belfast. Um, so I guess, not fighting at home for quite a while. A lot of people's been chomping at the bit to see you in action, and they're happy they jump to Belfast. They watch you, and I'm sure it's that support that'll help these next couple of weeks in your preparations for fight night.
Yeah, well, look, going back to that, yeah, well, yeah, they haven't fought since March 2019 in Ireland. Been fighting abroad since. But going back to that, I don't know, is that the situation either? Because if I was fighting, I don't know, say, even if it was a 50-50 fight and it was a guy from England or a journeyman in Belfast, I wouldn't, I wouldn't be selling a lot of tickets because it's a 7.5 hour journey up the road. You know, it's just that fight. It's this fight with Jamie Morrissey. You know, I think everyone, even if they're not that big into boxing, know this is a great fight. This is I think Jamie said it as well. Like, this is a war written all over it. Like, I know he's had a few good fights with the with the two guys, Robbie Burke and the Scottish guy as well. Can't think of his name, but
Ken McGivern.
yeah, they've had good fights. I haven't had a chance to really be in that war situation yet. Not that I look, not that I want to be in a war, but styles make matchups, you know. And if you're looking to both of us, he's a long boxer that kind of gets dragged into a war. I won't say easily, but nearly likes it, you know. Um, I'm a long boxer who, to be fair, easily gets dragged into a war as well. But with the fighters I've been fighting who have been on the back foot and surviving, there has been no war. So yeah, I look. Obviously, I'm going to be trying to keep him at the end of my punches and outbox him for as long as I can. But I think it's going to come to a point when we're both going to have to bite down the gum shields and test each other's metal. And for sure, I'm going to put my foot in the center of the ring when that happens, and I ain't going to move it. So we're just going to have to see how it goes.
When you see there's so many domestic fights, obviously you see obviously the Irish Boxing Awards and everything else out, and so many domestic fights happening last year. I guess as a boxer, sometimes when you can't get a domestic fight and everything else, you're sort of looking at it, and I know you probably watched some of them on TV and everything else, but you now have your own domestic fight, and to be the first sort of marker down for domestic fight of the year, is that something that really interests you a lot? The fact that you're going to find something new out about yourself that you probably haven't had to as a pro yet. Are you really excited, sort of the fact that that people's building this up? It's going to be a really great fight.
Yeah, look, it is. It's going to be a great fight. If this fight goes 2 rounds, you're guaranteed it's going to be a great 2 rounds. If it goes 8 rounds, then it's going to be a war for 8 rounds and probably a slugfest in the finish. And no matter how many rounds it goes, people are going to be entertained. Um, but as I said at the start, I have not won yet. Am I excited? Yeah, look, can't wait to get in there and fight. I love doing it. But like, just because I'm have a title fight coming up and I was offered a title fight doesn't mean yes, to jump around the place happy because I've won nothing. I can do that when I win. I win that title. Yeah, I'll have my blowout. Then we'll celebrate. But until that happens, I got to stay grounded. Jamie's dangerous. He's a long boxer. I'm a long boxer. So we're both going to have to adjust inside there. Um, and it's going to come down to it on the night of who can adjust quicker or who can make the better adjustments in there. Because again, we're both so tall and rangy at the weight. This is unusual and unknown territory for us, really. For me in the pros anyway, I know in the amateurs when I was at super heavyweight and heavyweight, I was always the shorter guy. But amateurs is 3 rounds where you can just go for it. This is an 8 round fight. This is I think it's going to be a chess match for a round or two, maybe 3 or 4 even. But yeah, as I said, it's going to come to a stage where we're really going to have to assert dominance, and then we're ready for that.
When you look at obviously the pedigree of obviously your amateur career and everything else, that sort of said to Jamie as well that probably on paper people looking in from what obviously how many fights you've had in boxing and everything else, people obviously will rightly maybe potentially make you favourite in the fight because of your pedigree as an amateur. Jamie obviously is a lot more in Muay Thai. Do you delve too much into that, or the fact that as we see in boxing, sometimes experience sometimes counts for nothing? It's the hard work and the dedication and tactics, obviously on the night. Do you see yourself as a favourite going into the fight, or like Jamie, do you probably see yourself as an underdog mentality?
I don't. I haven't looked at myself as either. Um, you can play the favorite card. You can play the underdog card. At the end of the day, it's going to be whoever wins wins. And it's all down to them adjustments in the ring. So whether you're the favorite or the underdog, it doesn't fucking matter.
Mm-hmm.
It is down to them adjustments. And then hopefully something from my amateur background will help me. Maybe make the adjustments quicker. Um, but again, you can't look too much into that. They're two different sports. They really are just two whole different sports. As soon as you get out of the 4 rounders, then the amateurs maybe just a few bits to help you. But when you're going 8 rounds with some guy walking you down or sitting in the pocket, working the inside, it's different. Um, same as his Mai Tai. I don't know how many. I actually don't know how many rounds the Mai Tai go, but I'm sure it's a lot different as well.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we're both in two different sports to what we were. Um, I don't know who you call the favorite in it. he's had more pro experience. He has the titles. He can call himself the underdog or the favorite, or anyone else can. I don't care. No, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
If Petty Power want to put me as an underdog there, I'll definitely be throwing a nice few bob down there.
And David sort of mentioned as well that obviously he sees that, this is like a sort of like a final eliminator for Croke Park. Do you have sort of the same impression that, one here that you could get yourself a good fight in Croke Park? Everybody wants to fight in Croke Park, don't they? I'm sure you've cousins and uncles and everything going, get a fight in Croke Park. Everybody wants to be there. Nearly sometimes your fans will see it as a way of, if you get on the card, that's a guarantee of getting a ticket as well. Do you see the winner, obviously, of your fight in the 4th of February having a chance at Croke Park, or is it just going to be still a lottery?
Uh, I don't know. Look, I was asked that question yesterday in an interview, and I said I actually hadn't even thought of it until it was said yesterday. I haven't thought of it at all, other than win. I was trying to make the Jamie Morrissey fight day one, and the whole Croke Park thing came up, and I said, you know what? I said let's at least try. I said, I'd say something.
Mm-hmm.
I'd try. God only knows we might get a phone call. But again, I don't care. I we'll see after the fight. We'll see after the fight. Who knows? It could be Cork. We heard Tommy there in your interview saying Cork boxing's coming back, so maybe it could be Cork next. It's shorter drive for Kerry people, so it means a bigger gang as well. So yeah, no, I haven't even looked at it. Will the winner get a fight in Croke Park? I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt. Look, you have Gary Colley, you have Cleveland Hines, you have John, you have Katie Taylor, and you have Jason Quigley. There's so many big names, and like there's probably 10 fights gone. How many fights are they gonna put on? Um, I don't know. I doubt it. Look, we'll see. I have to win the next day. If I get a phone call to fight in Croke Park, fair enough. I won't turn it down. But
Mm-hmm.
again, I couldn't care less until I get the job done the next day.
You seem probably more sort of focused. I guess you're going to be more focused because fights you've had previously, I guess, yes, there's going to be danger signs and stuff with them there as well. But when you're going into a domestic fight, you probably need to make sure that you're 120% and you're expecting the same from Jamie. So, as I guess is it this now just a time to buckle down for the next couple of weeks, and then come the 3rd of February when you're weighing in Belfast, then you can sort of relax knowing you've put everything in.
Yeah, 100%. Look, this is other than some of my teenage years when I got out of the boxing gym. Um, Between then and getting back in, like other than that, I've boxed my whole life. And look, I've been to in the national semi-finals and or the senior semi-finals and just falling short, in the finals and the semi-finals. And yeah, I think that I actually always got through the quarter-finals. I won some amateur titles, but never the national one I wanted. And, since I met Jono, he's made the adjustments. I often wonder, like, what if I stayed with Jono and stayed amateur for a year or two? Then I think they would have been just the little tweaks that would have made that difference all along. But look, we can be talking about that all day long. Like, that's gone. That ship sailed. But the point I'm making is this, my life's gone into the sport. So that's why I'm grounded. That's why I'm so focused on this fight. I can't. I this fight is my life right now. This is. I won't say it's my in goal world title because obviously I have in goals and I have bigger titles than mine. But it starts here. Like, if I don't win this, then you're a long way away from them titles again. So, like, this right now is my world title. I gotta stay grounded. I can't look at anything past it. Croke Park, all them things, they're all freaking a blur in the distance. They they are not even focusing on them. All eyes is on Jamie and that title now. Um, like, it was never really Jamie. Since day one, it wasn't like Jamie turned over and we were looking at, oh, we'll be fighting Jamie. It's been that title. It's like the eyes were that title, the Irish title, the European traditional route. So look, it just so happens to be Jamie there, and what a hell of a fight it's gonna be. Yeah, it's look. I just can't say it enough. And look, I don't have to be saying it to sell tickets because as we were saying, like, my tickets are gone. Anything from here out was a bonus. Which again, like a huge shout to the people following me, like, you know. And I was just again going back to that interview I done yesterday. I was just saying, like, there's people that wouldn't travel that distance to go to a family event that are traveling that distance to go watch me fight, which just shows a lot of loyalty to me. And it just gives me that big boost of motivation for training again. Like, that I just can't give in. I got to keep pushing. I got to keep pushing. You know, they're doing all this. They could sit at home and watch this live on Facebook or something on someone's page, or who knows if TGK end up jumping on board or something in the next couple of weeks, or they could sit at home and watch. But no, they're getting up there to show their support and make some noise. So, like, you know, I'm gonna put everything into it for them people. And yeah, look, it's all about really just making them little adjustments again now over the next couple of weeks and just getting better and better. Look, it's not going to lie, it's been a tough camp. We've had our good weeks, we've had our bad weeks. We've had a lot of bad weeks. If people say different in the camp, they'd be lying. But we could, you know, coming into these final weeks now, even last week, we're starting to see these little tweaks happening now, and the adjustments are coming into play, and the things we've been working all along that maybe I would have been stressing about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Why isn't it happening? This, you know, I've that bit of experience now with camps to know that they'll come, and it's starting to come into play now, and can really up that level of sparring now again to a higher level of sparring. Even I was talking to Paddy the last day. Hopefully, the plan is to finish the sparring camp with maybe a week above in Belfast, so, you know, with some good quality sparring above there with him. So yeah, look, it's all or nothing for me. You know, it's kill or be killed. Just the way it's going to be on fight night. But yeah, definitely leaving everything in there. And if I'm not planning on falling short, but if I somehow fall short, then you're going to have one hell of a worthy winner in Jamie. But I can't let that happen.
I think you've said all you needed to say on that. I guess it's probably a good obviously place for a sort of finish. Obviously, I hope you enjoy the next couple of weeks. Obviously of camp, and obviously we'll see you obviously in fight week in Belfast. May the best man win. Obviously, I say I'm friendly with both of you, so anybody asks me for who you think's going to win, they're just going to get the fin sitting as normal. You know, when you're good friends with two fellas in one way, all I wish is the two have a really good fight. The best man win, and whoever obviously is victorious, he's both come out of the ring the same way he's left it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I won't tell anyone either about the Kerry flag you had behind the blinds there. That you put the blinds down for, but yeah. Yeah,
but listen, Kevin,
50 fight for you.
But listen, thanks very much for your time, and we'll catch up with you in Belfast in a few weeks' time.
Nice one, Steve. We'll see you then.
All right, cheers, Kevin. Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.